Hey everyone, welcome back. Our last guest is a dynamic duo from New York City known for incorporating the tropical sounds of salsa, boogaloo, and world music to their sets. They've played in various hotels and restaurants around the city with a residency at the Beekman Hotel. Battle. Today, they join us desde Colombia, and I mean the country, as in South America, to talk about their latest projects. Please welcome Andrea Chavarro and Katherine Ocampo of the Jazz Bazaar. Hello, welcome, ladies.
Hi, Rhina. How are you
Hi.
doing?
Oh my gosh, all right, so if there's one thing we could take away from this is this form of communication worldwide that doesn't really matter where you are.
Yeah. And we happen to be in the same time zone as New York, so it's really easy for us to just hop on and still communicate. But even if we were to be speaking to someone across the world, it's so cool that we can just do that now through Zoom.
It is. I mean, we're all a little zoomed out, but moving past that, and the reason I even made it my business to introduce you as such is because in the performance we're gonna get the taste of Colombia, and I want people to know that. Okay, although they have a blue wall behind them, trust me, they're in Colombia. And so let's talk a little bit about both of you being Colombian and your origins and how this whole adventure has come full circle for you both.
Yeah, well, like you said, we're both Colombian. We consider ourselves Colombian American. I was born
Okay.
in the States. Kat was born in Medellin.
Yeah.
But we grew up in Colombia, always obviously with a very strong Colombian heritage and culture at home. And in Miami, you get a lot of Hispanic culture in general.
Yeah.
But Catherine and I met here in Cali, where we are currently at. And it's kind of a funny story because we both happen to be Miami natives, but we never met in Miami. We ended up meeting here, and we met at a blues jam, just like a place where musicians would get together to play. And so, yeah, our culture and music kind of brought us together. And now almost 4 years. It's been like 3 since we've been back to Cali.
Yeah. After Colombia, we moved to New York. We were just like,
Right.
where can we really get the ball rolling with the duo? And we were like, New York.
Yeah.
So and Andrea has a family that's been living in New York for like 30-40 years or something like that. So it was an easy move. And yeah, we really hustled and made a little name for ourselves in the.
No, I wouldn't say little. I wouldn't say little. I mean, you both have your own thing going on, and it's quite special. I mean, you had a residency. I mean, I understand why the relocation again. Although, Andrea, I do want to share you have a very interesting background, and I love that you identified yourself as a nomad during a certain period of your life, which for me, resonates with free spirit and in understanding like, hey, if it's time for me to move to another location and start all over again, that to me within itself is a wonderful talent.
It is, absolutely. And I get a lot of admiration for that, and I always feel like I want to encourage people. I'm like, you too can can go if you need. But I think I've always kind of taken things a little bit with a grain of salt and have been very true to myself, where if I did feel like it was time to move on, or if I did feel like I needed to reinvent or relocate, I just did. And that I think sounds a little crazy to some people, to just like, leave your life and go somewhere else.
Not as much anymore. I think with the pandemic, everybody's had to like really shift their way of thinking and their lives. So I think probably that lifestyle like really prepared her for that moment when everybody was like, whoa, what's
Right.
gonna happen? And she was like,
I was like, I I got this. I was like, I know what to do. I'm like, oh, everything's falling apart. No problem. We'll just start all over again. It's cool. But
and you're both an interesting duo, though. I mean, because you're also a couple, and also, you know, I don't really see. At least, you know, I'm not a jazz connoisseur, but I don't really see too many women playing saxophone. Like that's not an instrument I see too many women playing.
Yeah, there's a couple. There's a couple really good women playing saxophone.
not as many as there should be.
Not as many. Yes, I think just like professions like STEM. I think with music, growing up, we're just not encouraged to play heavy instruments or to do things that are typically, you know, like male roles. But yeah, luckily I had a great band director and who let me play whatever I wanted. And yeah, I just stuck with the saxophone for a very long time.
And so I understand that this time around, right? I mean, they have to stick by, and I'm talking about the viewers, to see the performance, but there's a little surprise because you know, she's a saxophone player, and there's a bit of a surprise. And so with that, let's just share before we go how you, aside from, you've already shared all of the relocating and the, I guess, redesigning your lives, right? And now taking on these or recreating these new roles, right? From what I understand, Katherine, you now developed the role of reinventing yourself as almost a producer now as well, right?
Yeah. I've always been into songwriting, which we've done concerts where Andrea will like sing songs that I've written, but I'm on the saxophone. This time, yeah, I made it a goal of mine to really get into production during the pandemic, and I really studied and you know, like everybody with the YouTube videos, maybe a little masterclass. A lot of really great people put up like free master classes online. So yeah, in this song that you're gonna see, I'm doing most of the production. I'm playing a little bit of synths, and yeah, I just like trigger the drums and stuff like that I also programmed onto the track.
And then last but not least, before we throw to your performance, this is the first song that you have both co-written together.
Yes. Yeah, it's wonderful. It's about love. It's about yeah, so there's a lot of us in that song.
It's very like both of our personalities mesh because like Kat was mentioning, she produces the track. So essentially what that means is like all of the music that's behind my voice is what she created with her production programs. And then I wrote like the lyrics and the melodies to the lyrics. And it really all kind of came out one day when she showed me these chords she was playing around with. She really like forced me. She's like, okay, come on, you got to try. Cause this is the first song I write. I was not a songwriter before this. So it's also like my first go at a new thing, but we're really proud of it and we really like it. And there's pieces in English, pieces in Spanish. So I just feel like it really represents like who we are as bilingual Colombian American ladies.
I love it. I love it. And thank you for bringing it here to our viewers. They're going to debut with us, which I'm super excited about. And all I have to say before we take a break is que viva el amor, que viva. You guys, we got to take a quick break, but when we return, the Jazz Bazaar, they're going to perform for us. Don't go anywhere.